Hello campers! In today's video we're going to be talking about upcoming weekend and the energies that it will bring and how we can harvest those energies. We're going to be talking about the full moon, we're going to be talking about Imbolc that fall on the same day, and a little introduction into the upcoming eclipse season for you to really understand what is in the energy, not so you can use it as an excuse why you feel a certain way, but as I love highlighting to you guys, so you know how you can harvest this energy and work with this energy. And it's so beautiful because I've been seeing through certain themes of this energy that has been present in my collectives in some of the personal sessions. So it's really something that we strongly feel collectively. So let's give it a start. 1st of February, we're gonna have Imbolc. I talk a little bit about Imbolc in my previous video that I've done around the new moon. That was also an interesting energy. So just to recap, Imbolc is the festival of fire. It's exactly the midpoint between the solstice and the equinox. So midpoint of winter, obviously in Northern Hemisphere. But why is it so important? It's this moment of somewhere inside of us, in our gut, we're already feeling into the spring coming. We're already feeling into the rebirth. We already sense that the light is returning and the light is coming, but we're still in the darkness. And this beautiful energy, it kind of teaches us, it's not just this energy, the sort of a circle of life and the natural cycles of Mama Gaia. They teach us the internal transformation, death and rebirth, and the cycles within us. And this is this moment of a cycle when you are still in the darkness, but the seed has already been planted. We've been talking about the planting the seed in a new moon. So the seed has already been planted, and not just in the new moon, but a little bit before that as well. And you know it's there, you know it's growing, but it's still not ready to fully flourish. And it ties into the energy of the incubator that I've been explaining here a little bit in my recent videos, and it's been coming through in a couple of my collectives. And I've done a sort of in-depth video, I think it was in March, because I was traveling. I remember that I've done a video about incubator process, and I've been explaining to you guys that everything that exists in this physical world, it has to first exist on a level of energy. Is the creatrix energy that brings things into the actual existence in the spirit realm, in the realm of existence, right? In the quantum field. And then it's the masculine energy that grounds it into existence in the physical world. But everything that is a new thing, new entity, whether that's a relationship, whether that's an idea, a project, a change of a direction in your life and in your career, it always needs that incubator process. It needs safe space to develop, to exist in this physical world, to anchor itself in the physical world. This is why we usually say that if you're just starting something, a relationship is new, an idea is new, we shouldn't be, blabbing about it, but we should sort of leave it in this incubator process that, according to what you feel into, my belief is anywhere from 45 to 90 days minimum should sort of stay in the incubator process. And that Imbolc is a little bit like incubator process for everything that we've been working on in the past months that have been quite intense. So whatever you planted the seed for, whatever you've been working through when it comes to your inner work, your life, it's there. It's getting ready to sprout, to flourish, as we approach the new year, that will be February 17th, but it's not quite there yet. So we're feeling into these energies. It's a festival of fire, so you can perform any kinds of rituals, that candle magic, work with fire. If you're ruled by fire, that's a beautiful energy to sort of feel into as well. We'll talk a little bit more about the rituals as we talk about the full moon. So let's talk about this full moon, because as well it's really interesting and it's really powerful. Why? Because it is the final full moon this year, the year of snake, the year of shedding, the year of transformation. We've been talking about this a lot, not just that specific year, but we're closing the entire 9-year cycle. I have a whole playlist about this if you've missed that on my YouTube, so you can go ahead and watch that. But there's something different about this full moon. Full moons are usually about culmination, ending a cycle, releasing, completion, the final release, the final let go. So it's a quite intense energy, right? It's a quite pushy energy, to push you to let go, push you to complete, right? It's usually an intense moment. This one, I feel like it's going to be a little bit lighter on the energies. And how I'm feeling into it, and what I've been sort of feeling into in my meditations and my downloads as I always prepare for the collectives, feeling into the energies, it's that we've been doing so much work. We've been so focused on what is it that we need to release? What is it that we need to change? What is it we need to let go? What patterns do we need to break? We've been shedding. And especially those final month weeks, the final month before the recent new moon, let's just face it. Test. Okay, push. So now it's more of a relaxed culmination. Everything that's been flying around, the puzzle pieces that you've been working on, they will just come together. So I've mentioned this, I think, yesterday on my stories, that maybe it's a little bit too, it's all semantics, it's all labels, we have to communicate somehow. But maybe it's a little bit too much to say that if you haven't been doing the work in the past year, especially past months, you ain't culminating anything, you ain't wrapping up anything, you ain't letting go anything. It's a little bit too late, right? And again, maybe it's not the right label to put on that energy, because we're always on time, everything in divine timing, we're never really too late. If not this cycle, next cycle, it's all good. But if you've watched the previous videos that I've done, I've also been using this analogy of a train station, and it's something that I've been explaining when we talk about alignment and our highest, most aligned path, and feeling into the energies of the new 9-year cycle coming. Some people, they were already sitting on a station, sipping their coffee, waiting for the train to arrive, because I've done my work, I'm ready, now I'm just resting, now I'm just waiting. Some people literally are just entering the station as the train is arriving, and some people, they've been hearing the train approaching from the background, so they've been running like crazy. Those are the people that these last few months has been really intense. Now we're entering this moment that, if you can imagine a perimeter around the station, a sort of a fence around the station, it's closed. So if you haven't made it, maybe you're sitting on a station, maybe you're still doing a little bit of running before those final weeks of this year. But now this culmination, this full moon, if you haven't managed to close something, to let that go, it's all right. It's not your cycle, it's not your culmination, it's all right? It's sort of that kind of energy. This is why it's no longer, we've been pushed and we've been pressured. Now we have arrived. There's no energy of pushing and pressuring. It's just letting go. It's like we've been this extended timeline. It's like this full moon. It's not just the full moon of this month, but this final chapter of that 9-year cycle of that of the year of the snake. That's how I'm feeling into it. And I want to explore 2 themes that, again, for you to be mindful. There are many themes around this full moon, but I'm choosing specifically those because I feel into my collectives and where my collectives are, and sort of those themes that have been present within my collectives and people who are here on my channel and sort of pulled towards my energy. So one very important theme that I want to talk about is that this full moon is bringing us an opportunity to balance the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the head and the heart. So to put it in simpler terms, to achieve inner union, if that's something that you've been working towards, to enforce your inner union. And it sounds like something so, many people believe that they're already there, that they have that inner yin yang and inner balance, but it's really not so easy to achieve a state where you fully trust in your inner feminine, in the unknown, in the unseen, in the universe, in the guidance, in things that have no way to be tangibly proven in this physical world, but you can feel it in your gut, you can feel it in your heart, whether you're man or woman. Your inner feminine knows and feels. It's this full belief, full trust in every sign, in every synchronicity, in every voice that you hear from within, in every direction that you're being pushed towards. And then your inner masculine fully trusts the feminine. The mind fully trusts the heart and takes the guidance of the heart to bring it into fruition. Again, it's the feminine creatrix of what we create through tapping into quantum field and to believing that anything is possible, and then our inner masculine that actually brings this into fruition. So wherever you are on that path of trusting absolutely your inner knowing in the unknown, and then having your inner masculine to action on it with dedication, with consistency, with balanced force, wherever you are, if you feel like you've achieved that, it's going to reinforce that, remove any blockages that are still in there, sort of again, you harvest that energy to bring it into your inner union. And if you're not there yet, it will really help you to get there. It will really help you on that journey. And the second theme that I want to explore is the one that comes with Leo energy, which is a very beautiful energy, and this full moon will help us all to strengthen and release anything that is interfering with what is the healthy Leo energy. And this theme sort of goes around, yes, it's the strength of the Leo. It's a bit of the energy of the strength card in tarot, right? So the true strength is not power, is not domination. True power comes with kindness, with vulnerability, with compassion. It's the heart as well. It's the lion heart. It's the strength of taking certain action in the physical world means nothing if it's not coming from the feminine heart, right? So we sort of go back to that previous theme, but it's also the energy of collaboration, of wholeness, of teamwork. Leo, when it's out of balance, it has the tendency to act on pride, on the ego, on the attention seeking, right? So this full moon is inviting us to really let that go and really release that. And I've been talking about this a lot, that I feel that so many people talks about the wholeness and we're all one and yes and yada yada yada, but when it comes to embodiment of that in our everyday life, when we really work together collectively without judgment, without envy, without jealousy, just cheering for each other, supporting each other as people, and whether it resonates more for you in your community or more in your family or amongst your friends, it's really inviting us to let go anything that is stopping us from really embodying the wholeness, understanding that I see myself in you. I see myself in everyone. I understand that we have different journeys, but we're all one. We're all universe. We're all one supreme consciousness. So when you win, I celebrate. When you're happy, I'm happy. I don't judge you. I don't interfere with your path. I have no opinion on your path. I just want us all to collectively thrive, right? And everything happens for a reason. So the teamwork, the collaboration, the wholeness, in opposite to it's me, and I said it first, and I did it first, and I knew it first, and I win, and you lose, right? And we explore that theme oftentimes in not just in friendships and relationships, but also in romantical relationships. How difficult it is to have any kind of relationship with anyone if we're constantly seeking for inferiority and superiority. Like, I win, I have to have the last say. I thought of it first. It was my idea initially. Who cares? Who cares? It's none of us thought of any of this. It's the universe, right? It's all things that have been out there circulating around, and we're all everything. So everything matters and nothing really does. That kind of energy. So reaching into your heart to really embody that. And what I wanted to mention as well is the upcoming eclipse season. There's going to be a very beautiful season. It's going to start with the new year, February 17th. That's the first eclipse. And eclipses are always windows of opportunity to feel into a little bit more into our karma and our dharma, right? Where we come from and where we're going. Where we come from is where we're going, right? To feel into every bit of our past in the illusion of linearity and its relevance towards our future. We cannot really go nowhere if we don't understand where we're coming from, and if we don't understand, in a sense of processing that karma, understanding the lessons, releasing it with compassion, with kindness, with forgiveness, with gratitude, with this new neutrality, right? Looking at your past, looking at what happened. It had to happen. It had to happen in order to truly pursue your northern star, connect to your dharma. You really need to understand that every single moment in your life, every pain, every person, every struggle, every mistake, it's not really pain, it's not really struggle, it's not really mistake. It was an experience that helps to shape you and help to push you where you needed to go to be where you are. And it's sort of we look at it as a past and a future, but again, everything exists simultaneously in the quantum field. So if you really want to feel into your highest, most aligned timeline, and we explore this topic often, me being an alignment reader, I often talk about these things, but if you really want to reach your highest, most aligned timeline, so to in this life achieve what your soul wanted to learn, how your soul wanted to thrive, how your soul wanted to experience, you will never be able to achieve that without understanding your past, without having a bit of a same emotion towards the past and the future. Right? We oftentimes are a little trapped. We have either regrets or we think that what was never will be. Whereas it's all just neutral. It's all just a journey. It's all just, where I come from wouldn't exist without where I'm going. And it's actually the same place, if it makes sense. So One more thing that I want to mention is that if you are really with that final bit of connecting to your southern and northern star and the karma and the dharma, in the eclipse season, I will be definitely making a guided meditation healing session. I've been feeling into it already. I've been receiving some downloads. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to post it on all my social media. I was considering maybe just like a guided meditation with like no visual, but I'm not a technical person, and all the editing and all the things, it's just as easier for me to sit down and push play. So that's probably how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna take you on a little journey. We're gonna do a little guided meditation, and we're gonna connect to our heart. We're gonna connect to the northern star, to the southern star, to really understand the meaning of life. The meaning of life, again, where we come from is where we're going, right? And yeah, well, there's probably going to be some healing, maybe some drumming. I don't know. I want to do it sort of in I'll kind of go with the flow. But if you've seen any of my previous, I've done a couple of healing sessions. I think the last one was around, it was still warm. Oh, the summertime, we miss it. It was still warm, so it must have been a long time ago. But it's probably going to be something like that. So a bit of a guided meditation that will end with a healing session to help you to connect to your northern star and your southern star. And if you're someone you're really interested to tap a little bit more into that energy, I do offer, that's the only pre-recorded reading that I still offer. All my sessions are currently live, but I still offer one pre-recorded reading that's your karma and your dharma, because the physical karma, right, the physical karma that we have in life, it doesn't really change. Now, whether we connect to our dharma in this lifetime or not, which is our spiritual karma, it depends on how you process the physical one. If you go to my website, into my offerings, there is this spiritual and physical karma reading. And if you click there, there's a video of me speaking through this concept and explaining a little bit more what it really means. So if you're guided, you can check that out. And then if you're guided, you can book yourself a reading. And that is all I wanted to say. And when it comes to those kind of videos, I'll probably be back on February 17th, and we're going to explore the first new moon that will open a beautiful year of fire horse and a new 9-year cycle for us, and 2026 as well. That will be the year of a beautiful timeline split, and I've talked about this as well on that playlist where I explored a little bit the energies of that from cycle to cycle, where we're currently at. So you can check that out. And yeah, that is all. That is everything. I wish you an amazing weekend. I'm not sure whether I will be doing any readings through the weekend. I'll definitely post the final episodes of my spiritual practices series. I still have few to go, so I want to finish this throughout the weekend, but I have some things to do around the weekend, so I'm not sure whether I'm gonna have the time, but I will try. And if not, I will see you on Monday. That will be Masculine Monday, my favorite day of the week, and we're definitely gonna do a reading for a beautiful collective of divine masculines as a theme for this full moon. So yeah, that's it. Bye.